Yo people, welcome back to another video. Now Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 1 has come out. Go check out my review if you haven't already. But as for this video, it will simply be who I think will win the Sekai Taikai. I'll be looking at the candidates who could win and exploring why they could win from a story point of view, and then giving my own personal opinion on who I want to win, both in the male and female fighting categories. As always, put your predictions and all your thoughts down below in the comments. Whether you agree, whether you disagree, just go for it. So as a collective, one will just have to assume that Miyagi-Do will win because this is the final season. The good guys have to win. I'll start with the female side of the draw, and there's only two main candidates really, which are Sam LaRusso and Tori. Now this one I've always thought Tori should win, even before Season 6 came out, because she needs it the most from a writing point of view. Now, after the first part of Season 6, I think Tori will win it even more because of the death of her mum. She's gone through so much negative and so much bad. Every time she gets a little good thing, something bad always happens and ruins it for her. So it's about time she gets something good that is very high achieving and just something that will just bring her something for her future. Now, I know that she's won the All Valley, but it was because of cheating that she wasn't aware of. It would only make sense to finally give her the clean win to cover up the tainted victory, and the win not only goes down in the history books, but like I said, it puts her in a good place in terms of her future after school. We saw she's not applying to any colleges, she can't, and it's just something that will help her beyond this story. Now, on the other hand, we have Sam who could win. For me, it wouldn't really make sense for her to win. It's like giving a millionaire money. It's pointless. Yes, she has some incentives like closure and wanting to do it for her dad, her family, and just actually wanting to win the tournament for herself for the history books. But I don't think she would even do anything beyond school when it comes to karate. I think she'll end up going to the college she wants to go to, so she's set already. She's even a team captain, so I think that's already her reaching her peak. As for who I want to win, I want Tori to win. I've always preferred her to Sam in general as a character. She's struggled a lot more in life, and I think this would be a life-changing thing for her as opposed to just another achievement for Sam. What throws the spanner in there is that Tori is Cobra Kai, but I think it was done to make the last fight a winner takes all. So unlike Season 4, when the women's fight was the last one, I think in the Sekai Taikai, the men's will be the last fight. Speaking of the male side, let's move on to that. And there's a few candidates, but I'll eliminate some straight away, like Hawk. He is a fan favorite. I understand the hype. He's gone through a lot of development. However, his story unfortunately peaked in Season 4 when he won the All Valley. I don't see him winning the Sekai Taikai at all, if I'm being honest. So they'll use him as a maybe he can do it, maybe he can pull it off, and get the audience questioning as to where the show is heading. Because he has the experience of winning, we know he can do it, but I just don't think it will happen. He'll probably lose to Miguel or Robbie, and it is what it is. Another one who won't win is Dimitri. Although he can come clutch in another event or something, he's just like Sam. He doesn't need the win. It's like pouring water into the sea. It's useless. He's another character that's already guaranteed his college and all of that good stuff. So again, his life doesn't depend on this compared to the other characters. Another character though who won't win is Quan. Although don't get me wrong, he is up there and is probably the best fighter in the show. However, what we've learned from this franchise is the best fighter doesn't always win. The reason I'm saying no to Quan is because I think Tori wins for Cobra Kai, and I just don't see Cobra Kai winning both fights, although Quan is a worthy winner. I think he'll definitely reach the final, but either in the semi-final or the final, he will do some dirty tactic or something aggressive to kind of mess up the opposition, kind of cause adversity and that kind of stuff, the typical villain stuff. Now that leaves just Robbie and Miguel. Now before this season, I was already thinking, they can't both lose for reasons I'll explain. There has to be something that makes them both have victories, whether it's a small victory, big victories, they both have to leave on a high basically. And I think Season 6 has already given us that solution. Now the reason I think Robbie deserves to win, and the show already highlighted it, is because he's always missed a second place. He's the nearly man, so logically it would be a great moment for Robbie, who always finishes second, to finally get his victory at the biggest stage of them all. Finally getting to be a champion like his dad. Also, just seeing him from a story point of view, starting off as like a troubled teenager with no future, then ending up as a karate world champion. It would be a good ending for him and something that sets him up for the future. However, I think he's already used his second place motivation thing on Miguel when he won in order to become captain. Robbie does need this win, like I said. Just like Tori, he's in a difficult situation, but I say he's slightly better placed. He has his parents, he's got a family around him now. He's got people that care for him, even Daniel LaRusso. So he's in a slightly better place than Tori. He does, however, still need this victory. On the flip side, we got Miguel, the guy who has been on a roller coaster of Power Rangers, not Rangers. Season 1, he won the Sekai Taikai. Season 2, he was just going from strength to strength and was by far the best fighter, and then bam, he gets paralyzed. A good nerf tactic in terms of story writing, I guess. But season 3 was basically him just trying to get his legs working again, just doing the whole rehab thing. Season 4, he gets injured again, but this time at the All Valley. Season 5, he gets to use his fighting in the real world in Mexico when he's got that whole dad storyline. At the end of season 5, he's fighting multiple Cobra Kais at once, and most importantly, he beats Robbie on that balcony staircase fight scene where he shows mercy to Robbie. We see that he's close to being the guy who he was in seasons 1 and 2 after a lot of setbacks and personal problems. However, this season made him take his first clean L of the whole show. However, if you're a Miguel fan, I'd say it's better he took it to Robbie and before the Sekai Taikai than actually losing in the Sekai Taikai, which would be a big letdown for his character. This L as well was done in order to make Robbie look like the new strongest guy heading into the tournament and at this current stage, which makes sense. However, to make Miguel lose his clean streak, I can only see him going on to win the Sekai Taikai because they've made him take his first clean L. It would just be way too OP if Miguel became the team captain, won Sekai Taikai. It would just be way too much. He's actually gotten the better of Robbie multiple times, whether it was in season 2, in season 5. I won't count season 1 because Robbie had the shoulder injury, although Miguel did still win. Basically, Robbie had to beat Miguel at some point, and that was the moment. But this idea that Miguel has been nerfed badly and treated like shit since he was paralyzed, I think it's a false narrative. It has happened at times, I won't deny that, but I see people online act like he's done absolutely nothing since he got paralyzed. Also, on top of him needing that one last W for his character, he also needs that win to improve his chances of getting into college. So the men's fight will definitely have a lot more stakes and a lot more heading into it. It will be the most interesting. Also, as a quick side note, I've always thought it would be a pretty cool ending if Miguel won and got offered some sort of scholarship or something that allows him to become a pro fighter. And if it's not Miguel, then I think it could happen with Robbie. So for me, overall, I think Miguel wins it. And I also personally want Miguel to win. He is my favorite character from this show. Now, you might still be wondering, how are they both still victorious if Miguel wins? Well, Robbie is technically the captain, so he wins too. Captains always get the recognition, they always get the hype and the headlines and all of that stuff. So that is the 2-in-1. And it's always an honor. I think being a captain is so underrated these days. Being a captain is a big responsibility and a huge honor. So that is Robbie's W. And like I said, imagine if Robbie only gets eliminated because Kwon does something dirty, he fights aggressive, he cheats or something like that. It will only make Robbie's character get more sympathy and respect. So that way, they both leave with victories, the team wins, everyone wins, and it's good for both of them and their futures. But yeah, something tells me it won't be as straightforward as what I've said. I think there are still some unpredictable twists and turns along the way, but I'm just giving what I think will happen and what I want to happen. But as always, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Drop a like on the video as well. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. It's all massively appreciated as we are on the road to 700 subscribers. Thank you for your time. Have a great rest of your day.